What's going on, guys? It's Charlie with Mountain Man Digital, and I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about site security. So what you need to know about how to make sure that your website is as secure as it needs to be. Okay, so one of the first things I want to talk about, if you guys immediately click off this video, is just two-step password protection. So if you have a website, if you're managing a website, if you have a Facebook account you're using for business, heck, if you have a Facebook account at all, set up two-step security. And what this will do is it'll make it so that when someone logs into your Facebook from a computer that it doesn't recognize, okay, you'll get a text message. And then you can reply to that text message, yes or no, to block that login. Normally the way it really works is you'll need to give a special code and put it into the computer, right? If you have an app installed, you can actually just command it from the phone as well. So there's a few different ways that it can work. But this is like the bare minimum, right? If you guys are just gonna kind of take it and run, set up two-step on every password that you have, right? Like for me, I have like a master computer, right, that's logged into stuff, but it's locked in my house. You know, everything else needs two-step. All right, so moving on to some of the ideas of protection and the ways that you can actually make sure that your website and your assets therein are safe is the idea of encryption, okay? And so this is a nice little infographic that kind of explains it to you, right? Where the server only has the decryption key, and the computer only has the encryption key, and you need both of them for them to connect, okay? And this is classic SSL at work, and this is the type of stuff that you want on your site for the sake of your users, right? That's what this is showing here. But this is also very important for like HIPAA-compliant email. If you're a doctor, uses the same methodology. If you're doing any type of financial transactions on your site, this is necessary, right? So it's important to have a base understanding of how this stuff works, right? And it's different keys, kind of like a safe deposit box at a bank. Bank has one, you have one, same idea. And this allows people to exchange information in a way that can't be spied upon, right? Otherwise, if you guys remember like way back in the days of the telephone, right? Someone could literally plug wires onto the phone, onto the like terminal at the back of your house and listen in on your phone conversations, right? And that was true of the internet until this became prevalent, right? Someone could digitally plug wires onto your email account, onto your website, and just watch the traffic come through and know exactly what was happening. And encryption stopped that from being possible. So encrypt, encrypt, encrypt. It's very important to have SSL certificates. It's important to make sure you have an encrypted email address. These are all important things just for doing business with people's sensitive information. This, once again, kind of just plays right back to what I was saying at the beginning. My camera's too low. We're just gonna scoot this boy up. Just gonna make sure y'all can see that. There we go. Yeah. More than 80% of security breaches are from weak or stolen passwords, okay? So I don't know what else to say, right? You have to make sure your passwords are actually passwords, okay? Things that people won't think of. They have to be, okay? Because if your password is password, or if your password is your username, or something silly like that, like someone will try it if there's something of value behind that wall. So you need to make sure that you have decent passwords. And this plays right back to just two-step, right? Like we all repeat passwords. We all are not perfect in our password management. But two-step is a great way to mitigate a lot of those problems, especially if you're a smaller business. If not, you need to have a password best practices protocol in place. You know, at least annual changing of passwords, password changes after someone leaves. Like these all need to be protocols built into your company to make sure that you don't have problems with stolen passwords and you don't have problems with weak passwords, right? 80%. Okay? And that comes to the final piece is like, if you're doing these basic items, the next thing you really need to think of is, what am I going to do to network my security as a whole? How am I going to cohesively make sure that the way that my users act on my site helps with security, the way that my admins treat the site helps with security, stuff like that. And that's what I mean with password best practices, login and log out best practices, stuff like that, right? And that's where you probably want to consult your IT professional, right, or your web developer or whomever it might be. But you really got to make sure that there's some type of plan in place before everything goes sideways. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a like, share it around with any other business owners that you might think find it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.